I can't even make my leg do it at that
cramp.
speed. Not before Friday. You've got a big Friday coming up. Before we do, let's take a look at the behind-the-scenes action from Strictly at the weekend. Medic!
Another week, another dance.
We've made it halfway, but no one is safe.
Any one of us could be in that dance-off.
I've just got to make it to Blackpool.
Let's do this.
I have salsa this week where I'm spun round like a rag doll, so hopefully I'll survive it.
Now, the hat and cane could be a recipe for disaster if it doesn't go right.
What do you mean if it doesn't go right?
Well, yeah, there's just one where he threw it at me rather than
To you?
To me. It was like a frisbee coming at me. I had to duck.
The tango is passionate, it's intense, and I didn't think I'd get here, never mind Blackpool, for heaven's sake. So to get to Blackpool would be brilliant, wouldn't it?
Makeup always makes me feel confident.
Gio's getting his body out. Gio's without clothes on is standard. If he comes in with a t-shirt, I'm worried about him.
I need to give the people what they want.
That's it.
Yeah, you are. You're welcome.
Right, go on then, AJ. Set the scene of Blackpool.
White sandy beaches, endless sunshine, none of that.
Next week is Blackpool. We need to find a dress.
Oh, dress?
Yeah.
Let's do it. Finally.
I think this definitely is.
I think it's very Blackpool.
Yeah?
Yeah.
If we get to Blackpool, we'll get a chippy on the pier.
Right.
We'll go on all the rides on the pleasure beach. We need to get to Blackpool, Johnny.
Fingers crossed.
Come on.
Seal's in today, and he's requested if I could dance for him, which is a lovely thing for him to do, and I'm dancing with Nadia. And it's lovely that we're both singers as well. If he can dance, I'll be completely out of a job.
Everyone thinks that Greg runs the show backstage, but actually, it's his boss, Al, who keeps us all in check. Let's go meet him.
Do you have a big team of people that you work with?
I do. I have a team of people. I have some assistant floor managers. They're here throughout the whole series. So
And Greg
Frosty,
is the one that kind of gets the limelight, doesn't he?
Frosty does get a lot of the limelight. It's a bit like having your own Labrador around the place.
All right, ladies and gents, here we go.
Whoa. I'll show you how this is done.
Ladies and gents, we're ready in 5 minutes, everybody. 5 minutes.
Yes,
Good.
Showtime.
Who's going to make it through to Blackpool?
We're ready.
I found the Foxtrot very hard this week. Too late to worry about it now.
Live from the BBC, this is Strictly Come Dancing.
Oh, that was lovely. We were having a good old gossip there. I'm back with Ore, current reigning champion. We have talked about the boys. Let's face it, there's a lot of girl power going on this year. Interestingly, at this time last year, it was 5 boys. This year, 5 dames ruling the roost. Where do we
bringing the sass,
I
girls.
know,
Come on.
serious sass. What can you tell us about our lovely ladies?
Yeah, well, great to see the 5 of them. You know, girls still bringing the girl power. Debbie and Alexandra,
Yeah.
you saw at the start, still topping the leaderboard. And they, I mean, like I said, consistently awesome, all series so far. But only 6 points between them
That's all it
overall.
is.
So it's still really tight. And if who wants to see how many 10s they've got?
Oh, shall we? Should we play a little game?
Why not?
Here?
We've got a
Should
graphic.
we?
Let's show it.
We've spent the money. Yeah.
So Debbie, over the series, has managed to bag herself 7 10s.
Oh, what do we reckon?
What do you
Higher
think
or
Alexandra
lower?
Walker?
Let's-
Saying higher, we're saying higher, lower, we're saying higher than a 7, we're saying that. We're saying
Just.
like that. That's a game show in that, isn't
There
it?
is a game show in that.
No, so even in the 10s, it's still really tight.
Okay, so Debbie, lovely Flexi McGee, can she do it? I mean, she's
been fantastic. That was I loved that sort of Ginger Rogers tribute with Giovanni. She has been again top of the leaderboard 3 times in a row before they did this dance this weekend.
Yeah.
And I don't think anybody's done that before. But no one also has ever had a perfect 40 in week 7.
I know.
So the girl's been breaking records.
She's
It's been
showing them
fantastic.
all. I know. She's smashing those records. Let's talk about Alexandra. She is a queen.
Yes.
So incredible. That Argentine tango this weekend.
Yeah.
I was leaping
Wasn't
off my
it?
sofa,
I mean,
my neighbours.
I needed another cold shower after that. It was fantastic. I have at least 3 a day, and I had a 4.
And she's going to be doing a quick step at Blackpool. I mean,
Yeah.
that's going to be pretty awesome. What can you tell us about
Well,
Alexandra?
believe it or not, they only had a 7. The last time they had a 7 was in week 1.
What?
So they have been top draw every single time. I think when jive, cha-cha, the Argentine tango consistently high, 39s with the jive and the cha-cha.
Yeah.
So she's been brilliant. You might say, oh, ballroom, you might need to bring it. But I think she's got so much ability, Alessandra. A quick step on that Blackpool ballroom as well with the
with the bounce and that. Oh, it's going to be something else.
Yeah.
We need to talk about, not Kevin, but Susan.
Yes.
Oh, God, she's just over there. All right, gorgeous. Yes, and she's been incredible. She's working so hard.
Yeah.
She's got a massive following. It's so exciting, which is hysterical to go through to Blackpool.
Totally. Thanks for coining the I'm going to do an ore, Susan, as well. Not like people gave me enough jip for that. But no, everybody has loved seeing Susan and Kevin bring the entertainment factor. What about jive and glittery overalls?
I know.
That was a serious moment. And I think even though they haven't necessarily scored as highly as the rest of them, they're obviously getting audience backing throughout, and people really love seeing Kevin and Susan. And seeing Kevin and Susan in Blackpool again, I mean, that guy is in love with the place. If he could marry a building, Kev would marry the Blackpool Tower.
So, that's the VT sorted for the weekend. We must talk about Molly too. So glad to see her not in the bottom 2 this weekend. Her reaction said it all.
It did,
bless
didn't
her.
it?
And the judges gave her quite a hard time at the weekend as well. So, you know, it's good to see her go through.
And it is so hard to bounce back from being in the dance-off.
Yeah.
And I think she would have been crestfallen had it been 3 weeks in a row. So this is the chance now. You've been given the reprieve. So I really want to hopefully see AJ and Molly bring it in Blackpool as well. I know it's a Charleston, and I know you're looking at me going, oh, Charleston tips.
Yeah.
Don't come here. Drop
was that
Joanne.
when you were the
That was the one where I was a weird werewolf meets Beetlejuice.
It was an amazing marriage of styles.
Yeah, it worked so well. I nearly dropped her.
Let's talk about gorgeous Gemma as well. Gorgeous Gemma, again, she had a bit of a hard time at the weekend. The judges were really going for it this weekend. People.
And I think
can she get back on top?
She absolutely can, because if you remember when they did their passo in week 4, I think it was, she got 35. And it's that channeling that they really need to bring in Blackpool, because she was so fierce. They just need to remember it. And I was with Ali Ashton. Look at the intensity. But you can see, because I know that those two are loving training in Manchester, and you can see through that performance in particular just how much chemistry that they have. So even though Stat Attack, just before I go, they got on the card here. So 7 times, 12 times. Forget that. It's a birthday in Blackpool.
It's a birthday in Blackpool. That's all we need to worry about.
That's a stat. That's a day to remember.
And before we go, I have to wish you good luck, because this man, the champion, will be dancing again for your delectation, people, and singing a Gene Kelly number for Children in Need on Friday. How excited are you?
I can't wait. I can't wait. But it's all for Children in Need, and I know Strictly gets behind it. This is me doing my thing. So whatever you can do to fundraise, do your thing as well. And hopefully see you for another birthday surprise on Friday night.
Good luck, Ori. It's going to be incredible. Love you. Time now to meet my final guest. Their emotional tango lit up the dance floor and ticked all the right boxes on Saturday night. It's our firecrackers, Susan and Kevin.
You did every single step at exactly the precise time. You placed your heel.
Your posture is the main thing that bothers me. And your face did look in pain.
I think you danced everything right from your heart today. From week 1 to this one, you've come huge strides.
And Kevin are here. Oh, forget about fireworks, baby. You're a tango dancer. That was amazing stuff. How was it to start the show in a red dress, tango? I mean, it was so exciting.
It was so exciting. We've never opened the show before. I was in a beautiful red dress. Again, wardrobe and makeup, extraordinary. Kevin was in his tails, which is my favourite look. He looked so handsome in his wee tail suit. And it was wonderful just to open the show with a tango. What, you couldn't ask for more from Strictly Come Dancing.
I know, it's really... And you were tearing up. I mean, it gets emotional. I was watching you very closely.
Yeah.
And I was wondering if it's like, it's going really well, the audience around you are starting to clap. And by the end of it, you can almost see the emotion bubble up in you.
Yeah, it's quite a strange thing because I haven't danced before, and so I didn't expect to feel emotional dancing. I'm a very emotional person. Kevin knows that. And I don't think there's anything wrong with being emotional, because that's kind of what dance is. You know, watching the Remembrance Day dance that they did as well on the results show was emotional. And I think I've been taken aback by how it's affecting me. Just actually the act of dancing is a very emotional thing, and I'm not going to stop doing it because I think it's quite nice, isn't it?
I know, it really is.
Show a bit of emotion.
I'm tearing up watching it at home. I have to tell you, Kevin, you promised us a proper tango. You must have been so happy. Susan did so brilliantly.
Yeah, because I remember saying on here that it was a real gamble for us, because we've been doing sort of light and fun and kind of joyous, where we can kind of smile our way through all the time. And this was a real gamble, doing something really like serious, and it was all content. There was no sort of gimmicks to it. So the only thing the judges could really look at and comment on was her dancing and the technique. But I said last week on here, I said I'm adamant I want people to see Susan for the dancer that she is, and not just somebody fun on the show. And she went out and showed it to everybody, and I was so proud of it. She's a dancer.
She's a dancer. Strong comments from the judges. Bruno said he was watching you, waiting for you to go off time.
Yes.
And you didn't, and you proved him wrong. That must feel good.
Oh, it does, because I think Bruno was slightly confused by me for several weeks, and I feel like he's finally getting me. You know, I don't think he was entirely sure. And Craig, every week I'm chipping away at him. I think if this show was a year long, I'd get a 10.
So
if I had another year with Craig, I'd get there. I would.
Oh, goodness me. So you're going to Blackpool.
Yes.
You're going to Blackpool, baby. I mean, how excited are you about that?
Wonderful. It was difficult at the end there in the results show, because we were second, it was us and Ruth, and when you're in that position and the red light goes on them, you don't want to celebrate because somebody is going to the dance-off. So we were really pleased, but it was quite difficult because Ruth and Anton have been so wonderful in the show. It's horrible when you see that happening. But yeah, we're going to Blackpool, baby.
Yeah, I know. It's his second home. I must take you back in time, if you join me.
Right.
Tuesday the 19th of September at precisely 10:52 a.m. when you, Susan Calman, tweeted this. If we get to Blackpool, I promised Kevin that I'll get an I Love Grimsby tattooed on my foot. Make it so, British public, make it so.
Yes.
I know you're a woman of your word, Susan Calman.
Yes.
Which is handy because we have Carl here from the tattoo bar. No, I'm only kidding. Are you going to do this?
Yes, I'm going to get him to write I Love Grimsby because he's taught me to dance, so I'm going to put it on my best foot, which is my right foot. And I'm after the show, because you don't want an open sore on your foot when you're dancing.
No, I know. That's
I'm going to get it done after the show's over. I Love Grimsby on my foot, as I promised, because he's taught me how to dance.
But then I promised that I'd get this heart tattoo turned into I Love Grimsby on my hand as well. So I've got to do that now as well.
Waiting tattoos! It's amazing. Very quickly, we have 30 seconds. You have waited how many years? 5 years to get this Paso concept on the show, Kevin.
Yes, we are doing Strictly Ballroom, Scott and Fran's theme, and I've wanted to do this. I have a very specific idea in my head. I've been pitching it for 5 years. I said, and they said, I don't know, it's a big risky thing to do on TV. I'm not sure about it. And they said to us this year, if you and Susan get to Blackpool, then you're allowed to do it. And we're doing it.
You're doing it. I say good luck, Susan and Kevin, or should I say Fran and Scott. This is going to be amazing. Enjoy Blackpool, baby. That's it for tonight. Join us tomorrow, 6:30. Joe and Katya, Gemma and Ali Asher and Erin Berg with Choreography Corner. Good night.